5 reasons why you keep attracting the same kind of people in your dating relationships. Number 1, you are searching in the same place. What are the odds that you're going to catch the same kind of fish if you keep going fishing in the same part of the river? The odds are very high. And one thing you need to understand is that people, where you meet them is their natural habitat. And people of a certain natural habitat will exhibit the same traits and characteristics. So if you keep meeting people in drinking spots, then you're going to keep seeing the same traits and characteristics in each and every one of them. And so you hear people jump to the conclusion that all men are the same or all women are the same. No. All the men you have been picking in the particular place you have been searching are the same, and that is true. So if you're looking for loyal, committed, and respectful people, then you need to find them in their natural habitat. If you're looking for God-fearing men, God-fearing women, then it means you need to go to that natural habitat, meaning you too need to be a God-fearing person so you can meet that kind of people. So ask yourself, the last 5 people that you met and you concluded that they were all the same, did you meet them in the same kind of place? Did they exhibit the same kind of traits because they are from the same natural habitat? You see, even in church, it's not enough to say, I'm going to go to church so that I can find someone godly. As a matter of fact, that's what many people do now. So what are the chances you are going to meet yourself? You're in church because you're hunting, and you're definitely going to meet another person who is in church because they are hunting. And then you're going to conclude that church people are the same. No, church hunters are the same. If you really want someone God-fearing, you have to meet them in their natural habitat, meaning you too need to become someone God-fearing. I remember someone said, if you're looking for wife material, don't go to church on Sunday. Go to church but on Wednesday, because that's where you find the extra commitment. And that makes sense. So the way you are searching determines the kind of product you're going to find. And number 2, quickly, just like I said, you attract exactly what you are or who you are in a relationship. If you're truly honest, the kind of people you have been attracting are the kind of people that are like you in terms of their values, their character, and their attitude. Therefore, you need to start by cultivating in yourself the qualities that you're looking for in a partner. Don't just say, I want someone respectful, someone disciplined, and someone with self-control, and you don't exhibit those same qualities. You can't attract that. This is perhaps the most important point on this list because it deals with you first. So you need to start with yourself, and you need to get to the point of what they call singleness, where you're comfortable in your skin, you're satisfied in yourself, you have a good love for self, a good appreciation for self, a good respect for self. So if you're looking for someone who values women, for example, and you don't value yourself, you need to understand that the kind of men who value women understand that the women that are to be valued are women that respect and value themselves too. So you need to become the kind of person that such a person is searching for. Remember, you have to answer the famous question Dr. Miles Monroe always asks: if you knew you the way you know you, will you marry you? I remember we asked a lady if she was the opposite gender, will she marry herself? And she looked baffled and was like, of course not, she deserves better. And yet she's trying to have someone take that home with them. Of course, they too deserve better, sister. So don't just be quick to get into a relationship. Commit yourself first to understand you, to understand what are your desires, your passions, your dreams, and your purpose, most importantly, so you know where you're going. And this is so important because it's going to save you a lot of headaches. You see, many people say they keep attracting the wrong people, but the truth is you're attracting too many people, and that's why there is a lot of wrong when there is a tendency to be too many. Why? Because you don't know who you are, you don't know your purpose, you don't know where you're going. Because if you knew these things, then first and foremost, it's not that they are going to help you pick the right person, but they are going to help you know exactly the person not to pick. And that is going to save you a lot of time and a lot of stress. You have to understand that the people that are right for you are way, way fewer than the people that are not right for you. So if 10 people are coming towards you, you need to first of all know who you are and where you want to go with your life, so you know the exact ones to eliminate first to make your choice easier. But the point is, since you don't know where you're going, whatsoever shows up, you just jump on it, and what happens is you're wasting time, because the time you're spending with the person that is not right for you is the time you're delaying yourself to find the person who is right for you. Because as long as you're occupied with the wrong person, you can't find the right person can't find you. We are familiar with test questions. You see the MCQ, multiple choice questions, and you have several options to pick from, and usually it's just one that is the right answer, or maximum two. And so you need to know the right answer, or at least have a clue of where you're going. You know that time in the exam where you're just trying to first of all say, no, this cannot be the answer, this cannot be, so I'm left with this two. So when you have an idea where you're going, you're first of all eliminating the wrong choices, and this simplifies your life. This minimizes your chances of falling with the wrong people. Number 3 is patience. You see, we often think that when it comes to relationships, the rules are different. But let me tell you, the rules are the same. Principles are the same. The way gravity acts on a stone is the same way gravity will act on you. So if you're very good as a car dealer to spot the best cars at the good price to make a great sale with it, then you should be able to apply the same principles when you're searching for a partner. And I bet you one of those principles is patience, because it has been scientifically proven that the longer you delay a major purchase, the more your chances of finding a better deal. So instead of just rushing to jump on the first person that shows up, patience permits you to really see out all the options and to really understand what you really want and where you really want to end up with your life. The problem is that today relationships have been branded as some kind of aristocratic title that you need to have to be important in society. And so when we see that our friends are in a relationship, it's almost like we ought to be in a relationship too, to feel important or to feel like people. And that's what we saw in the second point, where you need to be comfortable in yourself. You need to attain a state of singleness. So patience. Don't be desperate, be patient. Take your time. It's better to be single for 4 years and then you find the right person in the 5th year and settle down happily ever after, than to date 2 people per year for 5 years and not settling with anyone. Because the chances are, the more you have broken relationships, the greater the odds of you having another broken relationship. Because first you start losing confidence in yourself and in your ability to make the right choices, because you start doubting, what if this one turns out like the last one? But if you don't have a last one that failed to compare this one to, and you're pretty sure that you have taken the right precautions, you're going to do everything to see that this one works. The 4th reason why you keep attracting the wrong people in relationship is that you have oversized expectations. You have unrealistic expectations. And so you may wonder how this actually relates to the context. You may wonder how this applies, but the point is, once you bring some kind of unrealistic expectations and someone who shows up who is not even right for you and sees that they can play to fit your fantasies, then they try to become the actor that you've coined in your mind to fit that role. And of course, the play goes on for months or years, and then you wake up one day to the reality that it has been an act all along. So cut down on your expectations. What I rather advise is that you have a minimum requirements checklist. If you're familiar with software products, when a software is released, they're going to give you the recommended system requirements for the software, and they give you the RAM and everything that is fit for the software to function at best. But they also give you the minimum system requirements below which this software is not going to run. So what you should have is a minimum requirements checklist. You see, Is the person God-fearing? Are they born again? Like truly you know that you know? Do they have a passion for God? Do they fear God? One of the most important, because people will not respect you and avoid hurting you because they love you, but because they fear God. So once you have this minimum checklist, then once you find someone, before letting your heart get absorbed in all kinds of emotions and your head gets spinning, you let your mind control the checklist. Do they qualify for the minimum? You tick and you tick and you tick. If they don't qualify, then you're moving on with your life. It's not something you're going to have to take a time again to think about. So standard system requirements for a lady. Yeah, he should be saved. He should be God-fearing. He should have some money. I don't know, much money. He should be working. Minimum system requirements. Well, he may not have much money, but he's working, he has a vision, and it's promising, and you believe you too can build. So once it has passed the minimum, it may not be the fantasies that you dream of, but it's the minimum, it qualifies, so you can start with that. And the last point, get busy. Get busy with what you were sent here on earth to do. Get busy with your purpose. Get busy with your work. Get busy making your own contribution to humanity. Marriage is not an achievement. Don't let Hollywood or the society deceive you. Remember, the surest way to find the right person to accompany you on a journey is to meet them on your way there. So as you're getting busy doing what you're supposed to do, it is only a matter of time for you to run into the right people to accompany you on that journey. Get busy doing what you were sent on earth to do, and whatsoever you need for that purpose is going to meet you right on the field. That's our time in this video. I believe you were inspired by it. Then give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new to this channel for more great content like this. Remember to take responsibility on what you learned today. This video is proudly sponsored by our patrons. You too can support this channel by visiting our Patreon page. The link is in the video description below. I want to say a big thank you to all our patrons out there. I am Djoumessi from Wisdom for Dominion. Thank you for watching, and see you in our next video.